Chapter 94. Conversation, expressing contrast and reason. Dialogue. What did he have on Monday? He had an exam on Monday. Where did he go on Sunday evening? He went to a party on Sunday evening. Why didn't he study for the exam? He went to a party on Sunday evening in spite of the exam on Monday. What was the weather like? It was raining. What was the traffic like? The traffic was moving rapidly anyway. Did the rain slow down the traffic? Despite the rain, the traffic was moving rapidly. What is the appearance of the building? The appearance of the building is bad. Are the rents low then? Nevertheless, the rents are high. Are the rents low in that bad-looking building? Notwithstanding the appearance of the building, the rents are high. How was he? He was ill. What did he insist on doing? He insisted on giving his lecture anyway. What was the lecturer's problem? Regardless of his illness, he insisted on giving his lecture. What had happened? It had snowed. How was the traffic? The traffic was tied up. Why was the traffic tied up? Due to the snow, the traffic was tied up. Reading section. Professor Aspen's story. Professor Aspen was invited to give a lecture one winter night. The lecture was being held at another college. He had to drive 50 miles to get there. It had been snowing hard all day. In spite of the snow, he got out his car. Due to the ice on the roads, he had to drive slowly. The university had asked another lecturer to be ready in case of his absence. However, the students wanted to hear Professor Aspen because of the importance of his subject. Notwithstanding the bad weather, he was only a few minutes late. A large crowd had turned out for the lecture, despite the snow and ice. Vocabulary. A great/good many. Absence. Alternative. Adjective. Appearance. At the very least. Bad-looking. Adjective. A basis. Plural. Bases. Breadwinner. Builder. Characteristic. Noun. Collection. Due to. Preposition. Exit. Extension. Extent. For all/with all. For the purpose of. Holiday resort. Huge. Hypermarket. Importance. Indication. Intercity lecturer. Link. Noun. Majority. Massive. Minority. Motionless. Motorist. Movement. Nonsense. Singular only. Notwithstanding. Preposition. Occupant. Outstanding. Adjective. Pattern. Power. Prediction. Professor. Regardless of. Preposition. Road. Selfish. Solution. Noun plus to come. Undoubtedly. Vehicle. Verbs. To be stuck. To believe. To choke with. To determine. To develop. To extend. To flash. To help. To indicate. To insist on. To maintain. To slow down/up. To tie up. To transport. To turn out. Reading the car and the city. There are a great many motor vehicles on our streets, roads, and motorways. The prediction is that the number will increase still further in a few years. What's going to happen to all of them? There have already been massive traffic jams in some cities. There have been queues of cars miles long in London and around summer holiday resorts. The answer seems to be to build more ring roads and motorways, and when those are built, to build still more. Daily patterns of life in Western Europe are determined by the car to a large extent. It is possible to exist without a car in a big city. However, in the suburbs and in the country, many people seem to believe that a car is essential. Suburban shopping centers and the new hypermarkets, surrounded by huge car parks, are often difficult to reach by any other means of transport. Such is the job that the family breadwinner has to commute to every day. The result can be the two-car family, one for the husband to drive to work, the other for the wife to use for errands. And of course, as the children become old enough to get driving licenses, they too want cars of their own. One of the outstanding characteristics of the car is that it is selfish, one person to one car. If you watch a morning rush hour in any big city, you will quickly see that the majority of the cars flashing by contain only one person. A few will have two people in them, and a very small minority will have three or more occupants. And there are still more problems to come. More motorways will pour more cars into the cities, until the city streets are so choked with traffic that all movement comes to a standstill. One of the solutions to the traffic problem is public transport: buses, underground, and intercity trains. A number of cities are encouraging motorists to leave their cars in convenient parking areas and then continue into town by bus. New underground systems are being planned, and existing lines are being extended. One important underground extension is the link between London Airport and the city. Recent studies have indicated that underground construction is cheaper than motorway construction, and of course, on the basis of the number of people who can be transported, the cost is even lower than the cost per mile shows. Nevertheless, the road builders go on with their work, and there is little indication that they will stop in the near future. An important reason is the enormous economic power of those industries that manufacture motor vehicles and help to maintain road transport. The motor industry is undoubtedly here to stay. Nevertheless, more and more people are beginning to realize that it has to be controlled, or, at the very least, that some alternative form of transport has to be developed. Cars are no longer very convenient when they are stuck motionless in a traffic jam.